Do you remember how we met?
Of course, yeah.
Want to hear from my perception first, or your
Yeah.
perception?
Your perspective, go ahead.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, say, shoot.
Because you knew
No,
you cheated.
no, I didn't.
Because I hesitated. You
Wait,
knew. All
okay.
right. One more time.
Rock, paper, scissors, say, shoot.
All right.
So
Go
let's
ahead.
hear it from you first.
From me first?
Yes.
But you won.
Yeah, so you go.
So, oh my God.
See, she's trying to hustle me already.
So I remember that I was supposed to start working. I was looking for jobs in the mall.
Okay.
And I was supposed to start at Claire's.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the little accessory store across the street?
I got my ears pierced there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I got the acceptance from Claire's, and I think I was supposed to start within 2 weeks.
Okay.
But I really wanted to work at Victoria's Secret. Like, I thought that would be so cool, you know? But Victoria's Secret hadn't called me back. So I think like a week before I was supposed to start at Claire's, I got the call from Victoria's Secret. And
Pause. I never knew this part.
Really?
I never knew this. This is new to me, for me.
I thought I said that before.
No?
So Victoria's Secret calls. They asked me for an interview. I'm a week out, and I'm like, damn, I hope I get it. Because, like, you know, I don't want to start somewhere and then leave.
Yeah.
So anyway, Sherry did my interview.
Remember Sherry.
Remember Sherry?
Yeah.
She did my interview. And
I love her.
Yeah, she's really cool.
Yeah. She gave me a $1 raise on the spot.
Not I love her because she gave me $1.
Yeah. No, she was a great person.
No, she really was.
But I remember she said, "You're not worth this.
Mm-hmm.
You're worth this."
Yeah.
And that was kind of cool.
She definitely gave, I think she put all of us in position.
Yeah.
Like the core VS group.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll circle back there. So I did not have a black blazer. I don't know. Out of all the blazers I owned, I didn't own a black one.
That's weird.
I know. And I remember Mom said that, well, it's a lingerie store. Why don't you wear a black corset? So I wore a black corset, and I show up to this interview where everybody is like really regular, and I have on a white collar shirt, a pencil skirt, and a black corset on top.
Interview?
Yes, for the interview.
Wow.
My mom was like, it's a lingerie store. They'll love it. And I'm like, okay.
I would hire you on the spot.
Of course you would. That makes sense. So anyway, she told when I got there, she was like, please take off the corset. And she was like, the white shirt is fine. And I said, I don't own a black blazer, but I can get one. And she said, okay. And then a couple of days later, I got the job.
Okay.
Fast forward now, I remember that like we were walking around with the group to do like orientation or onboarding. Mm-hmm. And I remember you were in Intimissimi.
I was actually walking from the stock
the stock room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you was in Intimissimi
or Pink, one of them.
It was Pink
because it was Pink, Intimissimi, and then
no,
the cash wrap.
Pink. It was Pink first at that
in the
by
front,
the window.
By the windows.
It was something in the middle.
That's Intimissimi.
And it was the cash wrap.
Then the cash wrap.
So I was at the cash wrap.
Yes.
Walking down. Yeah.
So I remember, like, I saw you.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at you. You looked at me.
Definitely looked at you.
And then I just like kept walking or whatever. You may have said hi. I don't remember.
I did say hi.
You said hi.
Because I was stunned, just to let you know.
And then I just kept walking. And then I remember, I don't know if it was that day, but like shortly thereafter, like you started like conversing with me and like making yourself be seen. Mm-hmm. And then we started taking lunch together. So things kind of like just progressed from there. But like in my mind, I was like,
in your mind, that's not how it went. That's not how it went. There's a big gap. We didn't start taking lunch. That's a lie. But
you
okay,
did?
No, not.
It
was me chasing you for like 3-4 weeks.
Before lunch?
Before lunch. Before I got my first date, my first work date.
I skipped over that. I skipped over the chasing.
Yeah, of course.
But I remember like we started taking lunch.
Yes.
First it was me, you, and Dandy, your best friend.
Yes, Dandy,
right?
yes.
His best friend also worked there.
Yes.
And then it became like either me and Dandy or me and you, depending on when we got scheduled.
Yes.
But then it started being me and you a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because there was like a crew. There was like a group of us. There was a little crew.
Yeah.
There was a little crew. But yeah, that's how I remember us meeting.
Okay.
That's not how you remember it?
Well, it had some truth there.
Okay. Where's the gaps?
Okay. I'm going to tell you from my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So, walking out of the stock room, and it's probably because I was just tired of being back there, whatever the case may be, and past the cash wrap and Intimacy, I saw you and I'm like, oh shit, like
Why are you
this is a beautiful girl. I said, we still at a distance because you're still in pink.
Mm-hmm.
And while you was walking towards, I said, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
In my head, I said, hey, how are you? Because I never seen you before.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've been killing OT, just to let you know. It's killing OT over there. And I was like, I never seen this girl before. And she's really beautiful. So I need to make sure she see me first before all the other dogs get to you.
And there was some dogs.
Trust me, I know.
It was a chain.
Yeah, oh yeah. So I said, I gotta get my first shot in real quick. So I said hi, and I let you go back into the stock room, I believe. And then after I hit the loop, I was actually going out for a break, but I hit the loop because I went to go look for Dandy. Like, yo, you seen this girl? like, did you have a shift with her? Like, whatever the case may be. So I told Dan, he was like, he doesn't know who I'm talking about, or whatever the case may be. So I said, all right, whatever, you see her. And then after I went to lunch.
Okay.
I went to lunch. I don't remember what I had, whatever the case may be, but it's a long, long time ago. I know when I came back, Dan said, yeah, I know who you're talking about. And so I said, of course. And he's like, oh, you're new. And this, I believe he said, this is the new group that's doing orientation, blah, 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 blah.
Because we were hourly. I think it was around the holidays or building up to the holidays.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was before this
semi-annual
sale. Yeah. Damn, that's way back. Yep. So when I came back, he told me, like, you know what I'm talking about, blah, blah, blah. And we went about our day, I guess. And then after, every time I saw you, I kept trying to interact with you. I kept trying to pull you from the crowd, kept trying to get you alone. Not no crazy stuff, but just, so I could have my one-on-one. But you wasn't having it. Really? You wasn't having it? Yeah, really. You wasn't having it. You made me work for it.
I don't remember this.
You made me work for it, and I'll say about a month in, which was a long time, guys, because you got to understand, it wasn't like Monday to Friday, and I saw you. We had a lot of gaps. Like, I was here maybe once or twice a week, and I had to wait, and it was a lot of suspense, and I had to wait to build that momentum. And then once you had that momentum, it will stop for whatever reason, because you was on schedule or our shift was different, whatever the case may be.
I had another job.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why I wasn't working like that. I was working at the hospital at that time, but I was working at the hospital part-time.
Part-time.
So I would only work like maybe 3 days at Victoria's Secret per week, and I was 3 days at the hospital.
Okay. So that makes sense now. So yeah, it's like anything else in life. If you want it, you got to fight for it. So I don't know, remember where we had our first date? You and I alone. You probably don't remember.
Our first date, I always cite as Mars 2112, but we weren't alone.
No, I'm talking about in Green Acres.
Oh, in Green Acres? Wasn't it the Sarku, Japan?
No, it was the Golden Crest.
I forgot there was a Golden
in Green Acres, right?
Green Acres, yeah.
You had to be a Green Acres vet to remember
there was
that $5.99 or $7 lunch special.
Yes.
In that little white box.
Yes. And I'm remembering the food, but I'm thinking it's Sarku. Yeah. You're definitely right. It was Golden Crest.
So I remember at the time, I was offering you out, like, come, let's have lunch, whatever. Remember, I paid for your lunch. I'm paid for mine because, I got to show that, I'm not like everybody else. I'm a gentleman, gentle as they come,
That's how they get you.
So, we had our moments just on lunch dates.
Yeah.
I remember we was, organizing our lunch time so we can make sure we go out on lunch. Together.
Yeah.
We wasn't dating. We were just friends.
Yeah.
And also, it was another funny thing that HR Victoria's Secret made a mistake, and she was 17.
Oh.
Yep. Allegedly, you only had to be 18 to work at Victoria's Secret. Yeah. So this whole time, I'm thinking she's legal. I'm 19. I'm thinking she's legal. She was actually 17.
17, yep.
So I was like, when I found that out, I was like, oh shit, I'm about to go to jail.
So let's get back to our great manager. The thing is that I was about to turn 18. So I was 17 going on 18, but I was not 18 yet. And Sherry pulled me to the side and she was like, "What's your birthday?" And I was like, "May 31st." And she was like, "What year?" And I was like, 1989. Yeah, so naive, but 1989. And she's like, "How old are you?" And I was like, 17. She's like, because you know how she used to count on her
Yeah,
fingers.
with her
Like,
long
carry the
nails and her
one.
bangles.
Yeah.
I remember that.
She's like, carry the one. She's like, you're 17. She's like, I thought you were older than that. And I was like, no, I'm 17. She was like, you carry yourself very mature. And I was like, no, I'm 17. And she was like, okay, well, you have to be 18 to work here. She said, but you're about to turn 18, so we'll just keep it very quiet. And I think the next month and a half, I was turning 18.
Okay. Wow, that's actually a great manager.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I was like, oh damn, I'm gonna lose my job. You know, like I was like, oh my God, I didn't know. Because other stores weren't like that, but I guess because of the nature of
The
Victoria's
business?
Secret
Yeah.
and what we're selling, you had to be 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
prepared to walk right across the street to Claire's and beg for
go
my
back,
job
go back.
Yeah.
Little fun fact, like I think, you know, when you look at certain things, I felt like that was destiny.
Yeah, it was. It was because honestly, I was scheduled to start at Claire's.
And another thing, a lot of people don't know, we actually lived 6 blocks from each other.
Yeah.
We grew up 6 blocks from each other.
Yep.
Never saw you.
Never saw each other.
Never met you.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
Ever. Not even on the bus on the Q5. Never.
Never. Yep.
Never. And it was weird to me that on the avenue or like I'm like, okay, I seen her before, but I never spoke to her. But
nope.
It was like you never existed.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Never seen you at the grocery store, the Pathmark at the time.
Yeah. No.
Or I don't know if you ever at the time did you shop at Big R?
No.
See, that's that Caribbean shit.
Yeah. I've never been in Big R.
That Caribbean. Yeah.
I've never been in Big R until we started like really dating.
See, and I never been in Key Food until we started dating.
Key Food was the store. Then we stopped going to Key Food because they were like price gouging. Then we went to Pathmark.
Yeah. 100%.
Or we would go out east, but never. King Cullen was a big one for us.
We never went to King Cullen's. We always went to Big R and Fambria.
Okay.
And then after that, it would be like the BJ's and Costco.
Oh, okay. No.
And then emergencies, we go to like Associate right there. When
Associated, yes.
Associated
yes.
when it was right next to the KFC.
Yep.
Get that popcorn
was the KFC.
chicken.
Yep. Yep. Those were the days.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, so that's how we met.
That's how we met.
Yes.
Victoria's Secret. Yeah.
So we were just friends. We were taking lunches together. And then at what point would you say it advanced into something more?
Originally, or what do you say? It advanced more in my head a long time before it actually advanced. Right. At the time we was young. We was busting it. I didn't have a car. Not really. I didn't have my car. I had access to my parents' car. So here and there, I've been driving. We was busting it. We was walking around the neighborhood for a long time. We spent a whole summer walking around Lawton, Springfield Garden. Like I did shit that I never did before. It's crazy. I knew that I wanted to date you and take you to the next level. Like I always told my family that at the time I was a promoter with BIC. And I remember every female I came across was only wanting one thing that out of me was, entry to a party, skip the line, or buy them something. And at that time I left Victoria's Secret. You stayed at Victoria's Secret. I was at the Mobile Solution, or authorized T-Mobile dealer. And so at the time that everybody wanted a free phone or discount off the Sidekick to the BlackBerry.
That's a throwback.
Yeah. Remember AIM?
Yeah. Yes.
So
we have an AIM story. We'll get there.
So at the time, it was like genuine. We had a friendship, and you had a t-shirt business, Dirty Monroe. So you was creating money and everybody else wanted money out of me. So that was the number one thing that I loved about you. So you wasn't looking for anything. You was really it was just a friendship, and that friendship that grew into something else. So and you was ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
You had a goal. I saw like the idea, and then I saw you made it a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that turned me on, like for real, on another level, because we spoke about this. Hey, Darren, you thought about this, and then after a couple of weeks later, you was doing T-shirts. You was at the flea markets. You was in Soho. You was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Until the point you was styling celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it? Black Ink? Who was it?
Yes, that was the Black Ink Crew.
The Black Ink Crew, right?
The tattoo shop that was in Harlem.
Yeah.
I forget the girl. Stassi.
Okay.
Yeah, that was our first.
I never knew these.
That
people.
was our first celebrity client.
Yeah. So like I remember it from the beginning, and I thought that was so dope.
Mm-hmm.
And you created something,
mm-hmm.
and that was something that I fell in love with. Also.
So
this whole time we was chasing, dating, whatever
mm-hmm.
the case may be, but we wasn't official yet.
Yeah.
You actually went to prom with somebody else that worked at Victoria's Secret. I was sick. I was tight.
That's not even funny.
Joelle, remember?
Yes, Joelle. I remember.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Joelle.
Not shout out to Joelle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I had to turn it up. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Turn it up.
Yeah, I think that was one of the interesting things. Like, from my perspective, we were like just friends. Like, I knew you probably had a crush on me, but I didn't think it was that serious. Because I think like sometimes us as young women, like we're in our own world. We're not really paying attention to like the signs of a man like really being into you. And I was so focused on like my business. I had 2 jobs.
This is weeks of Golden Crush lunch. Just to remind you guys.
I had 2 jobs, and I was just focused on trying to make something happen, like from my end. And I was in school.
Yeah.
Shout out St. John's, go Red Storm. So yeah, like it didn't really hit me how I felt about you, and also how you felt about me.
Okay.
For me, I remember the first day that I was like, oh shoot, I'm in problems.
What day was that?
I was with Shanice.
Uh-huh.
Shout out Shanice. That's my bestie from the 3rd grade. And Shanice at the time was dating Dandy.
And that's a whole nother dynamic. That's
a whole nother story.
That's a whole nother dynamic.
That we could be here forever.
Guys.
Like.
Okay, I'm going to let you finish.
All right. So Shanice was dating Dandy at the time. And
no. Let's go back to your story. Are you still in the same story? Okay,
yes,
cool.
Yes. So I remember like she and I would be talking about like Dandy, like how their relationship was progressing and all that type of stuff. And I remember distinctively, we were in her room one day, and I don't know where we were going, what we were doing, probably doing a whole lot of nothing, but just chilling, hanging out. And I kept bringing up your name. Like everything that I was saying, oh, Darren said this. Oh, Darren did that. Oh, Darren. And Shanice, I would never forget it. I was sitting on Shanice's bed. Shanice was by the windowsill. And she turned around. She was like, Imani, do you like Darren? I was like, no, that's my friend. And she was like, okay. Because everything in this past hour conversation has been Darren this, Darren that, Darren and the other thing. And I was like, I don't know. And then we kept talking, and the conversation progressed, and we were talking about other things. And then mid-conversation, I was like, Shanice, I think I like Darren. So that day, I remember she orchestrated meeting up with Dandy and you at your house.
Okay.
And that was the first day that we kissed.
Okay. Now,
do you remember?
I remember.
Okay. Well, the first day that we kissed successfully.
Now, time out, guys. Now, let's go back to Dandy and Shanice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Dandy was my friend. Shanice was her friend.
Mm-hmm.
So, like back in the days, like any bro would do it. We're like, yo, you got a friend for my friend, whatever the case may be.
That was a thing back then.
That was a thing back then. And that happened. Mm-hmm. So, Dandy and Shanice got introduced because of us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, throughout their relationship, their shit just
Yeah. Fast tracked.
fast track. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, they weren't like us.
Yeah,
Because it was like instant.
instant.
They fast tracked. It was like one day they were friends, the next day they were boyfriend and girlfriend.
And this whole time now, I'm sitting back in my room with Dandy, and he's telling me this, telling me that, and I'm like, what the fuck is what's going on here?
Meanwhile, I've been buying Golden Crest for a year.
Walking these blocks, miles, and he's getting, you know, to one-on-one time,
home cooked meal,
the kisses, everything.
Meanwhile,
I'm here, you know, holding hands and walking blocks. Yeah, that hurted my ego a little bit.
Oh my god,
it was cool.
Funny.
It was cool. I said, I'm gonna get it. Don't worry about it.
So now fast forward.
Yep.
Shanice has basically, because she knows me, she's like, bitch, you like Darren.
Yeah.
So she orchestrated us meeting at your house, and that was the first time that we made out successfully. And then I was like, oh wow, this is different. Like, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting the chemistry to be on. I was not expecting all of the feelings and things that came along with that kiss. But that was like the day that I was like, oh wow, this is something serious.
So guys, you might be like, successfully? What do you mean by that? So one time I came to Dandy and I went to Imani house to
so he could see Shanice.
So he can see Shanice. Dandy and I came to your house.
Yep.
And I was like, yo, I'm going for the kill tonight. Today I'm going for the kill. I'm going to get my kiss. And I went in for my kiss, and she did one of these. I don't know if you remember these back in the day, like one of these. And I was like, oh no, like what's going on here? And I was like,
I can't breathe.
And I was like, are you serious? Like, why did you do that? She said, your breath is hot. I said, what? And I said,
my God.
I went in the corner, did that. And I was like, it's not hot.
No, Darren.
No, it wasn't. It was not.
Okay.
But okay, we'll go with your story.
Oh my God. First of all, young Imani is not the mature Imani. Like, that was just so...
Obviously.
So abrasive. But his breath was a little tart. Okay. And they had been out playing basketball all day.
Whatever. I had Gatorade.
Anyway, okay. Anyways, so yes, that was our first successful kiss. I'll never forget it. And then from there, everything like fast tracked.
Yeah.
From the kiss outside, up against the car.
Yeah. That's why we know it was official.
That's when it was like, okay, I like him.
I think we're gonna stop here.
Okay.
Let's stop here.